Are you gonna design the book like a coloring book?
No, it's gonna be like a graphic.
No, like a coloring book, so it can look like, oh, this looks like simplistic. It's. I mean, I got caught on the crayons, studying the truth. So.
And you can attach a red crayon to it.
That would make it kind of unique, actually.
It probably would. It'd probably melt in the shipping boxes. Ooh, what's all this? But yeah, no, it's gonna have some graphics with crayons in it too. I will. The simpler I can draw, make the book, and the more fun, childlike. A lot of people will be like, oh, I can understand that. People want to be taken from step by step. I noticed that, and as a teacher, I'm getting better at trying to get there. Okay, for everyone. All right, team. Let's continue. Let's continue 1 second. I'm going to now go over Luna and how what we're doing. So we have these angles. This is the angle that, if you guys haven't drawn this angle, draw this angle. That's really all you need right now, is this angle right down here, this key angle here. Everything else is just a phantom angle. And what that means is that once you have this angle, you can take it and move it on top of this point right here. Okay, this is what I call an energy center. And we're putting it here, and you can see where we should be looking to build structure on top of. I'm looking to build on top of this white line. So if you guys don't know this angle, it's draw this one and you got this one. You understand that? Draw this angle and you got this angle. Because the energy that pushed price and stopped price from falling is still reverberating throughout price. It's vibrating, and it's still there. It still shows up. This is why a lot of our maps are really accurate, and you can see. Now, we won't guarantee what price is doing. We cannot force price to do anything, but we can look to see what it is doing and recognize it before moves take off. That's why we can say, like, hey, there's strength at this point. What is this point? That point is the step up. We know that. Okay, where's the breakout? The breakout's right here. We know that because we've been drawing those lines together and created them. We can see that right here on this blue line. I made a YouTube video saying we are looking for structure here. So I was looking for price to break above and sit down on these lines, and you can see that it kissed the other line and came back up and stopped here. So that's how we can see strength coming in. This is when you know it's time to buy, when it's building on top of these. Luna right now, we want to see it build on top of here. Right now, it came down and kissed the 00022 line. It kissed there. You can see it, and it came. It also broke away just a little bit, this one, and then immediately hit our next targets. Okay, and now it's here. So now the next line, we're looking for a possible pullback, possibly to get back in. It came all the way back down, kissed the line. Somebody got in here at these prices. Fantastic. What's supposed to happen after this? We're supposed to either round or build right up. Now, if I were to look at let's just take a screenshot of that so you guys are being aware first. Okay, now if I were to take a look at this on I want to say like a 1 hour chart, just really you're going to see it look a little bit more correct. Okay, you can see that we popped above, sat down on here, started moving up, hit these lines, then came back down, and now we're rounding here, building structure at this, and we're on our way back up. Okay, but for the most part, this is very, very quick. I don't really trade on those charts. I really generally like to get these pullbacks on the dailies and let them take more time. This is a 12-hour chart, so this is a little shorter than a day. It's cutting the day in half, and you can see what's happening again. We're starting to round here at these bottoms. Now that's good. I'm not saying to take the trade from here to 0.00031. I'm not saying that. The reason, and I told everybody this in our previous Luna video publicly, is that because we already hit our target. So I don't really want to trade from here to here. If we broke above and didn't hit here real quick, then I would take that trade from here to here, and I'd make that money. But other than that, I don't really want to take the trade just based on here to here. So unless I see rounding, then I'm going to take the trade, and I'll possibly look for a break above the 30. Okay, the 30 number, which is the 3-1. Okay, I'm looking for it now to get a break above here. People ask me, what should I buy? Should I buy it now? Should I buy it? So the answer is, the safer answer is to wait for the next breakout above this line. That's what you want. You want the breakout first. That's safe. Okay, I'm not risking all my life savings when we may be at a top, especially when I had a dream that we hit a high number, either the 2-2 or the 3-1. And I put it in July 10th, and I made that video, and I recorded it. And I even mentioned it last time, where we may hit a high number, then we came down slowly at first, and then we came back down to low numbers, either here or at those prophetic numbers, basically hitting 0. Maybe due to a hack, I don't know. But I'm just letting you know I had a dream, so I'm even more cautious. We already hit our profit targets on Luna. However, If we round here, I would like to accumulate more because that's a good indication we may challenge the line one more time. Until we really round, maybe just a couple more days. Okay, great. Then I'm going to be looking to buy again. But until we get a rounding, I don't have it. The next place I want the rounding is here. I would rather have it up here at 3-1. Then if I do that, I'll accumulate some more. I will buy some more when we're safe. Otherwise, you can just be trading more dangerously. And if you guys are buying right here at the top, just buying to buy, be careful because you're buying mostly to hit prophetic numbers. Right now, as a trade, the target's done. Okay, so just as a reminder, everybody, if you guys are new, people on YouTube are asking me, what's going on with Luna? Remember, as a trade, we already hit our target. So we need structure. We need to build on this line. Build up a little bit, possibly start rounding up. Then we're good to go. We can buy. Okay, or break above and then come back down and build up here. And then we're good to go. We can buy some more. Okay, but until then, just because we're closed above or we're just in this zone, you know, there's not really a reason to trade more. Okay.
Jason?
Yes. Oh, so yeah. One more time. One more thing. Before Mr. Mall goes, if you guys didn't already take some profit, take some profit. Celebrate. You don't have to take a lot. Take 10%. Take 5%. Take a few percent. I'm taking some percent because of the dream I had, and also because as a trade, we hit our targets. So as a trade, there's no more reason to trade. If I'm trading now, I'm waiting for the next signal to come back in, or if I'm trading now, I'm trading for a longer term, hitting the prophetic numbers, such as Christopher Harris's number of 00089, and hitting some of the prophetic numbers like the 1 cent, the 1.5 cent, the $1, $10, the $100. You guys can hold for some of those numbers. But as a trade, as a map, we're going to get into territories that are just off the map once we get above 3.5. Once we're above there, you know, you're out. Okay, I mean, you're just in for a longer term, right? You're in to hit these numbers. Okay, so then you can do some. But I suggested take some profit. Everything in this video is not financial investment or trading advice of any kind. Everything's just for educational, entertainment, and comedic purposes only. Bear in mind that I eat red crayons for breakfast. They're delicious. Okay, as that one girl would say. But they're never trade more. You guys can afford to lose. Never be careful of trading leverage, especially during these volatile times. And then also want to say. Just read between the lines per my YouTube disclosure. Okay, Mr. Mall, go ahead.
I think one of the students starting had two questions actually.
Okay.
The first one was, where can people buy back in? And then the second one was, what do you consider safe?
Okay, so what I consider safe, so this is where we buy back in, and what I consider safe is when we're breaking above, which we already did. Okay. So now the next thing we're looking for is rounding. So I want price to do this, and this is the shape we're watching for. We're watching for a shape. This is what we mean. Okay, that shape. You round and get that shape, you can take the trade about right here. Okay, once you start rounding up, you can take the trade. And then take the trade and watch carefully to see if we break above. Okay, if we round, that's going to give us a higher odds of breaking this line. If we start rounding here again, you may want to get out and just take some profit. Okay, but if we break above into this area, that's great. That's more odds that we're going to build on here. We're going to have time to build. Later, once we crack this top line, which we haven't yet, we want to break above and we want to round on top of there so that we can challenge the 3.5 and continue up higher. But other than that, we have to have a few new behaviors. Price doesn't go straight up. Okay, it does its thing. And also at the bottoms, we create the best maps we can to try to determine what phase we are in and to see the strengths and weaknesses coming in as price battles among itself to crack its weaknesses. So that's what has to happen right now. There has to be structure built in the right places to challenge the higher numbers and to break and crack those lines. Otherwise, those lines will push prices down. And people just say, oh, why does it go up and down? Well, it's a battle of energy coming in, coming out. That's what happens with price. Okay, so these are the safe prices up here above the 311. Okay, so we can get above here. Great. Let's see it round. When you see it round, if I'm on a plane and you guys are watching price and it's rounding over those days, over the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, whatever, and it starts rounding here, look to get back in approximately here if we're break above. Okay, look, if we start rounding here on this line, great. There is one other place I'm looking for it to round at, and it's here at the bottom. Okay, 00020. And when we come down here and round here, that'll be another good place where I might look to buy again. Okay, these three places. I would be looking to buy approximately there. Okay, does that answer everybody's question? Does anybody have any other questions about Luna and what are we expecting on this map?
You you have another comment. This one is from Yuri Reza.
Okay.
Yeah, guys, I was having a look last week on CoinMarketCap, and someone by the name of Crypto XOT mentioned something. So I just want to run it past you guys. He said, Luna C, some people are saying that Luna C will reach $1. It's technically not possible. $1 times 6 trillion token supply equals $6 trillion market cap. Bitcoin at its highest price has managed to hit 1 trillion market cap. So Luna C can't reach $1, not even in 2030, he says.
Has he factored in the burn? See, it's impossible right now because Luna has too many tokens out. However, if you lower the amount of tokens that are in, it's possible. If you get it close to how it was. How do we know that? Well, because Luna was trading at $118. Luna was trading at $118. Now, he thinks it's impossible, but the problem occurred when inflation happened with the token. There was too many coins printed. So they messed up the whole everything, and thus every token was like 0.0000000. It was just into oblivion. If they have a way, which they do through the burn mechanism, they're going to destroy all those extra tokens that are just there. They're going to destroy them, and then it will change the formula dramatically for us to hit those numbers. Okay, so if it's possible, we already deleted 1 0 earlier on. Okay, we were here at 0.0009. Now we're here at 0.003. How hard is it to delete 1 more 0? It's not impossible. It just and a lot of people also think it's impossible. But remember something too, guys. When you're talking about some of these coins that are at these prices, the people that are coming in, the new money, the millions of dollars, if they list this on Coinbase tomorrow, or like different things like that, the new money that comes in doesn't buy at these prices. They buy at these prices. If it moves to 1 cent and somebody buys, the new money that's flowing in is buying at 1 cent. So they're buying tons at those 1 cent numbers. And millions, if it's $1 million, they're buying $1 million at 1 cent. They're not buying $1 million at these lower numbers. And then when it hits 2 cents or 5 cents and doubles from there, the new money is always buying in at those newer and higher prices. So I wouldn't say it's impossible. There's people who say things are impossible, but you just got to remember, technically, there's a lot that's possible, especially when we're seeing millions flow. And I can say this: the institutions know. Why? Because of that. A lot of institutional money was flowing in at this. Yes.
Yeah, the institutions are putting money in, but even at right, okay, so there's 6.5 trillion tokens apparently. Mm-hmm. So even if they burn 5 trillion tokens, that will still, at today's price, that will just give us a 5x. Yeah. I'm only saying if you burn the tokens, you know what I mean? So. They're doing a tax burning system, which means every time there's a transaction, I think it's 1.something% of the tokens will be burned.
Mm-hmm.
1.2,
yeah, 1.2. So that would take a long time for the price to go up. It depends how much is being traded, though. But I have a feeling there is another possibility, is that when them prices were down at them low prices in the gutter, there was a few of us bought like $50 worth or something, but the prices were loads of zeros. And if the likes of Binance was buying up Luna at them prices, and if the likes of KuCoin was buying up at them prices, then they, in their own vaults, would own a load of tokens, but they would have to voluntarily burn large amounts of them in order to get a run going on it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Whether they're generous enough to do that, even though if they burned 50% of what they owned, they would still stand to make hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. Mm-hmm. Because there was wallets that were accumulating crazy amounts at this,
mm-hmm.
Was it 5 zeros or 6, 7 zeros or something? Was it something like that?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it's interesting. I'm assuming that you're assuming that we know price isn't going to rocket ship all of a sudden overnight. And probably now is a good chance to take some profits for me anyway, around this level, because I got in at a good price. But I definitely understand what Yuri's saying. I mean, I think people buying $1,000 worth of Luna and thinking they're going to be a millionaire anytime soon is,
Well, the good thing, House, is that the exchanges, they are going to go for the 1.2% burn. They're all in.
Yeah, I know that, but I haven't seen it. I agree with you. I mean, but but at the same time, I just wouldn't want people thinking, oh yeah, you know.
I understand.
I wouldn't want I wouldn't want somebody like going out and emptying their bank account and going, oh, I'm buying $10,000 worth of Luna.
Please do not.
Let's face it.
Please do not.
As Christopher Harris, you know, and as Jay has saw, this can wick up and it can wick back down to that 3012. On Tuesday, it could be at that price for all we know, and I've seen it happen coins before, you know. Which
brings me to my next point. How many of you guys think that price, even if it hit those numbers, which I think it's going to, prophetically, I think it's going to happen. But who thinks those numbers can be sustained? I mean, do you guys really think that price is going to stay trading at $100 for more than like a day? I mean, come on now. People have built. You see, the mark exactly. People are going to hit these numbers, and I think the institutions are behind some of these numbers. And you know why? Because anybody who didn't get out when we were, look, I'm scrolling. Anyone who didn't get out at these were still big players. They're incentivized when they were when price was trading at $100, or even some of these prices, what are here, like $80, $90 right here, $90. Okay, people were incentivized to. These people are incentivized to try to bring it up even to just 1 cent, even to $1. They want to get something out of this because right now they're in the hole, especially if they borrowed their own customers' monies, like most hedge funds, you know, and banks and things like that. You know, the Bitcoin. That's the type of things that happen, right? If they're in the hole,
we would have to be assuming that they bought down here at this bottom price. We would have to assume that they threw more money into the abyss and bought up.
Hoping they can drive it up.
A million Luna. A million Luna at 118. If they'd owned a million Luna, they'd put $118 million in. So they would have had to buy, like you're talking, millions upon millions of pounds worth of these. And somebody did, because somebody brought it from like, I don't know, 6, 7 zeros right up to 3 zeros.
Yep.
You know, so somebody was buying there, and they weren't buying small amounts. They were buying, like, maybe for all we know, there's wallets that have 1 trillion coins. I must actually check to see what the wallets are.
Look at this volume up here compared to these days. It's almost on par with these days. That wasn't the retail money. I mean, there's accumulation coming in here. It's got to be some institutional money that came in here. They have incentive to try to bring it back to someone. But it's all.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Is if they get together and voluntarily burn a couple of trillion tokens, and they could start a run on it, we could easily see 25 cents, which is what my brother saw on the mobile phone. He saw there was no zeros behind the decimal point. It was like, you know, 24, 25, 26. That's what he saw around them prices. And hey,
can I speak?
Yeah.
I was listening to Matt Price, the prophecy that was given to him yesterday. I know this burning thing that they're talking about, but God gave him a prophecy that the wicked will be given to the wealth from the wealth from the wicked will be given from the people. Their money will be distributed to the people, right? So if we study right now, the economy of China is right in the collapsing. And God told him, these people will put their money in the cryptos. Shiba and Luna will go up. Crazy. That's why we can't tell the money right now because maybe the burn will give them indication, oh, this is a good money to put in this crypto. So God told him that, the China will bring the crypto up because all the billionaires in China, because the bank is collapsing in China and all the billionaires will put their money in cryptos. That's what I would just tell. That's what I just want to tell you. I heard that yesterday from him.
And that's a good thing too. If new money's flowing, and the other thing in addition to price going up and not being able to sustain at those prices, but so like Hal's saying, it could go up and wick all the way back down and just happen so quick. We saw the same thing happen on the MEX exchange with Bitcoin. We saw Bitcoin go to like 0 for 4 hours, and that happened last month. And then it deleted. People were like, look at the chart. I pulled it up live in one of our classes. I was like, are you serious? We pulled it up and it was there. And then when we refreshed the charts, it wasn't there anymore. So I don't know if it'll still show up on your guys's, but I'm just letting you guys know some of these weird stuff happens, and it's possible for even just a small amount of time. The other thing is that if it goes up to some of these high prices, just say it goes to $100, astronomical. How many people are going to be able to sell at those prices? Be liquid. Not everybody's going to sell. We're been told prophetically this is really for God's people. I don't think that everyone's going to be able to sell. I don't think the liquidity is going to be there for everybody to sell as many tokens, but I think even some tokens, even if some of your order is getting fulfilled at some of these high prices, that's a lot of money, and that's transferring the billions of dollars that are coming in into here. In addition to all that, it will attract a lot of retail traders. When people see that, oh man, this went up 100% overnight, or it went up 1,000%, I better buy. People start leaving their other coins, those other trillions, and there's like $9 trillion in the token in the markets. You're going to see a lot of people selling those cryptos and buying Luna, and they're going to be buying into the tops while we're saying thank you and we're saying bye and leaving the party. Those people are just showing up. That money is not going to be sustained for them. They're going to watch it all dwindle, but we're going to walk away from the table because we have limit orders telling the computer, get out at 1 cent, get out at $1, get out at $10, get out at $100. We're telling our exchanges, get us out quick. We're already in and out. This is a move that's a gun and run. This isn't like buy and hold forever. No, no, no. We're saying thank you and walking away from Luna like it's a hot. We're gonna drop it like it's hot. Okay, we are gonna do that, and we need to act. You guys, we gotta act smart. We gotta act quick. Sorry, let's go. Okay, hold on. I got a few people, so let's start with who I heard 2 people. Let's see.
It was Royal King Arthur.
Okay, let's do Royal King first. Go ahead. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I just want to follow up with that. What you say, this is from the White Hats.
Okay.
They are predicting that when this has happened, when everything goes up,
okay,
they will shut down the electricity. The cabal will shut down the whole thing, so no one can profit. So be careful, everybody. When it goes up, be ready.
Well,
this is what I heard.
And who said that?
The White Hats.
The White Hats. Okay.
It could probably only in America. It could probably be in America, but I don't know. This is a cabal plan. When everybody trying to sell their cryptos, they will turn the electricity down. Just say that.
That would make a lot of sense on when we might have that.
Be ready. That's why God's saying be ready. I don't know. Maybe they'll turn it on in 3 days, within 3 days or 2 days. If you're not done, your money is gone. I think it'll be probably because they're shooting about 1 to 3 days. They'll shut it down.
Wow.
If you didn't get your money, out.
Which makes it all the more imperative that if I'm gone and this happens while I'm gone, I want you guys to have a group call on Dive. Every person in here is a Dive member. So if you guys are not, as a reminder, if you guys are not a Dive member, contact Superfood to get you part of the special Dive chat group. If you guys are not a Dive member, he'll delete you. But you guys are a Dive member, shoot him a message, and he's going to send you the link. You'll need a Telegram account. It's free to open a Telegram account, and then he'll send you the invitation to get a part of the Dive. All our Dive core members that are instructed to have a special group call. When this happens, there'll be a group call, and you guys will get a call. So if I'm traveling or on the road, as you guys know, today as a reminder, I'm not going to be here next week because I'm flying and traveling, and then I'm going to be in quarantine. So if this all happens while I'm gone, you guys take care of one another, love one another, and be there for each other. Have great discussions about these things. Who is the next person who wanted to say something about the specific prophecies going on here?
I think it was Tom. If I'm not mistaken.
Tom?
Yeah, can you guys hear me? I'm kind of on the road.
We can hear you, Tom. You sound great.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I was saying, as you were talking, it sounded like the prophecy that Prophetess Sharon gave a while back in regards to the FOMOs. You know how she was talking about how she had the FOM seat.
Yeah.
But, people kind of buying in. I don't know if they have like a fear and greed index for crypto, but that might be, something to pay attention to as Luna's going up, because it seems to be that Luna is one of the only things going up right now. So I could definitely see, folks jumping into it and so forth. That's all I want to just kind of make that point.
Great thoughts, Tom. Tom, I got your message the other day on. You're the one who sent the message on the Patreon, right?
I don't even know.
Did you send me a message? Did you send me an email?
I did not.
Okay, that's a different Tom. Tom, I want you to pick a fun last name for yourself, or whatever, one of the cool names, and so I can start identifying you, because it helps if you guys have more complicated names like House or Superfood, Mr. Ma, something interesting. So because sometimes you guys, there'll be two or more people that have the same name, and I don't see your faces in this, but all I have is your voices and your name. So if you guys want to put something, like my name is T Tom or whatever, whatever you want to, it just helps me get to know you guys, so that when I write down a little bit of things about you guys, so I always remember who you are. I want to get to know you, so I'm praying for you guys and lifting you up in my prayers helps me. Okay.
Jason, just a quick question, because there's a lot of comments going back and forth.
Okay.
we have probably one of the largest classes we've had in a while. We're at 40 people right now. I was just wondering, would you find it beneficial for one of us to continue to help with the questions in the chat box?
Yes, please. I'm super happy today that you're reading them.
Okay. I noticed Augie's hand is raised.
Yes, Augie, go ahead.
Dr. Crypto, are you in the house?
Augie, aka Dr. Crypto.
Going twice. Sold. Okay, let's move on.
Okay. Augie, if you hear me, go ahead and raise your hand one more time. And, you know, Augie's one of our longest.
Can I say that Sharon did say something, Prophetess Sharon said something.
Okay.
And just when Tom was saying there, she says she was wondering in that vision she had.
Yeah.
She says, how did we become the 1%? Remember, wasn't that the question she kept saying to
Yes.
herself? How did we become the 1%? You know, and she was amazed at how the wealth had just flipped over her. Like, Luna apparently is a fantastic blockchain or something. I mean, there's something really fantastic project or something before this hack happened. So, yeah, who knows? It could be used as currency for all we know, couldn't it?
That's fantastic. You're right. I remember that prophecy she had. She made a video the other day. I'm not sure if you talked about Luna Classic. I think she did. I didn't get to see it. Did anybody see it?
No, I must watch it.
It was like this past week. I want to say it was like 2 or 3 days ago.
She did a quick update regarding the fireworks.
Okay.
It was she was outside her apartment or her house or apartment, and they were throwing out fireworks. She was like, it was just a quick 20-second, 30-second talking about the fireworks, and she
right.
She just had a happy smile on her face.
Hey, that's right. And that's a few days before Luna went up, isn't it?
You might be. Yeah, you're right. I think you're right, House. That's when Luna was doing his thing. Yep.
Yeah.
That she thought it was a sign from God.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
She reminded about the fireworks.
Her dreams get me excited, guys. her dreams get me excited.
You have to do an interview. You need to get her. You need to do.
I'm trying. I shot her 2 messages in her group saying, "Hey, shoot me an email." She's good at responding, and then sometimes when she's had live, like I've been in the group and I'll say, "Hey," if I say anything, she'll be like, "Hey, Jason," she'll say she said it before. Prophet Robin does the same thing. He'll be like, "Hey, Jason," you know, they'll give me a shout out, but it's like, I don't want you to just say, "Hey, I want you to exchange emails. We can exchange information. Let me give you a call. We'll get you on our channel." So, Prophet Sharon, if you're watching this, I'm going to probably cut out this piece and put it on YouTube. If you're watching, our group wants to interview you, even if just to have fun with you and meet you. Okay? We love you.
Yeah.
Robin, too.
Yeah, Robin. You guys want Robin Cunningham back on our channel one day?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you mean back?
Well, here's
Not even a question,
he was on it. We did it. We had him last year. Listen, guys, here's the thing about Prophet Robin. And I'm scared to push his button. And I know that he considers me a friend. He told me that in a text message. I lost his number, and I have to get it back. But I want you guys to know that with Prophet Robin, he once got a little bit annoyed because people only ask him crypto questions. And I know some of the people who do ask him a lot of crypto questions, and they themselves backed off for a little bit of just because it just if you keep asking him only about crypto, then he can't be as sensitive. And he once mentioned something like, he says he doesn't want his own personal feelings to get involved in mix because it disturbs with the sensitivity that he needs to have for everything God's saying. Sometimes God gives him a long strip of time where there's nothing crypto related, and then sometimes there's stuff crypto related. People just ask him crypto questions all the time, but he'll say this: I can only give something if God gives me something. If we have him on the channel, we need to make sure we say prayers for him beforehand, just in case the Lord gives it to him. And we have to be careful about just pressing him about
coming
crypto.
on a crypto channel, though, Jay. He needs to be mindful of that.
Yeah.
I understand. So just for my part, I'm kind of like, can we press your buttons a little bit? Like, we don't want to take advantage of him, but we do want to get him back on. So it's been a while. So we may.
He's not a psychic.
No,
he's a man of God, so we have to honor that. And
Mm-hmm.
I would say not just ask him about the crypto, but just other things, whatever the Lord has him to say or prophesy to the group.
Yes. So we'll got to be sensitive to it, and then and we'll pray for the time. But perhaps we'll get him in September. We are going to do another meeting with Ian, man of God, a nutritional one, but this one's going to be recorded a little bit better than the last one because we were having a lot of technical recording issues. So it'll be another fun time, and we'll maybe be able to go deeper into some of the topics. But yeah, just some things coming up. Did anybody have any other things specifically about Luna or prophecies or something you wanted to ask about this topic before we move on to some of the other recaps? Because
Yes, I prophesy that we're all going to be billionaires.
Yes. Amen. I receive it.
Amen.
Amen.
We're in agreement.
Jason,
I gotta go back to Simon's. Bye.
Yes.
Back to working, guys. I'm out of my break.
Okay. Bye, Jeanette. Be safe.
Bye, Jeanette.
I was thinking about the flash crash with Bitcoin, right? We know that there's supposed